I got started when I was about 5 years old, and I had a Bozo the Clown drum set, and it was the 80s, so of course the Muppet Show was on TV all the time. I used to get my Bozo the Clown drum set, and I used to literally put my drum set right in front of the TV so I can learn what's going on the television with the Muppets. And that's how I got into the drums. Then I actually started playing the saxophone, played all the way up to high school. That's when I started getting into the piano. And when I got into the piano, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with that. I was just like, man, that's not for me. I gave it a shot and I've been hooked ever since. And I went to school for music, had some issues there, but I got through it. Instead of graduating in 7 years, I graduated in 4 years. I didn't know how to read music, so I had some issues with that, but now I know how to read music. And the only reason why I got there is because I got 3 tutors that taught me everything I need to know to get me out of school on time. Music is my passion. Music is what I love to do, and I just want to give it back to the world through the different types of genres that I do. The jazz thing, I always was into Herbie Hancock, Art Tatum, Chick Corea, Brad Mehldau, especially being a pianist, I'm always into, jazz piano. And that's my thing. I had a CD that came out called For the Love of Music back in 2001 when I was 19 years old. And actually it sold very well. All I had was just a keyboard and a CD burner. Then in 2006, I did a CD called Ars Nova. Ars Nova actually was a name when I was in my music history class. I was really one of those people in school where I used to always fall asleep. It wasn't intentional. I just, I don't know, just had enough oxygen going to my brain at some time. Yeah, one of the numerous days I was awake in my class, I heard them mention the word art, actually the phrase Ars Nova, and how it was the bridge between monophonic and polyphonic sounds. So in other words, it's when people started singing the same thing to people singing 3-part harmony. That bridge in between the two is called the Ars Nova. And so I was like, man, that sounds very progressive. Maybe I'm gonna make that into a CD one day. And of course, 3-4 years later, I entitled my sophomore jazz album entitled Ars Nova. Went very well. Had a CD release concert downtown Savannah, Georgia, and sold out. And I had about a 20-person waiting list, and it was phenomenal. It was one of those times when you realize that God has His hand in my life, and that's why I first realized it. The hip hop culture has changed a lot. It almost becomes like elementary rhyme right now. Back in the day, I was in the 80s, so of course, people had things to say. It wasn't in a form of just, trying to be slick and sly just to get some girl in bed or get somebody to fight, or it wasn't like that at all. It was more of a way of life. The culture was clear. What it was for. It was for people to have fun, and not just that, to be enlightened. This is like one of the few genres in music where instead of people, fighting and getting in trouble, you actually, danced it out, you rapped it out, you freestyled it out, instead of, shooting blows and pointing guns. And it was actually made to be a solution to the problem, but now society has made it a problem. But with my music, what I try to do with my music, I try to be the person where I bring hope back to the streets. I bring inspiration back to the streets, back to its rootage, because I know hip hop is definitely a gift from God. It's just that how we as a people use that gift is what always mess things up. I got a new CD coming out entitled Music Machine. It's gonna be coming out later on, very, very soon. So just stay locked, because I have my element of hip hop all over that project, including some elements of electronica as well. RJ and the Upbeats is like one of the best ideas I've had in a long time. It actually entwines the jazz and the hip hop combined with kids, and that is just, to me, so much fun. You got characters like Jeremiah, Jericho Johnson, Rudy Rock, Funky Frog, Imagination Jason, Amelia. I play a actual guy that works in the music store, the local music store, and I kind of keep everybody in line. Like, okay, here's the concept of this, and this is what that means, and understand the moral values. It really is a lot of fun. I enjoy RJ and the Upbeats because it actually brings the family back together. That's the point of why I wanted to do a kid series. RJ and the Upbeats is really cool. We had a DVD that came out called Music and Mayhem, which is basically a variety show. Shows a little bit from the Group of Loops all the way up to the story of Amelia and Imagination Jason, and all the different characters that came in that story of Amelia's imagination. And it also is featured Jeremiah's debut of his new show, Upbeats TV, which features Funky Frog from Funky Frog and the Ribbits, and Rudy Rock and some other guests as well. So just check it out. You know, it's a lot of fun, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I mean, every day is a good day in the land of Lincoln, and I see it as an honor and blessing to have such a cool thing with my name on it. I got the jazz, that's the old school. I got the hip hop, that's the adolescent age, and then now I went through the kids, because the concept of music for the masses is to bring the masses together, and the only way to change the world is to change the household first. And there's very few people that offer, you know, something for the entire family. And I want what I do as a vessel, you know, to bring the family together. And that's the point of all that I do. I don't do it just because I just enjoy it, but just because I want to be an inspiration to the masses. And I'm just so blessed, you know. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, man, you know, I really am glad to be alive and glad to have this opportunity of a lifetime to literally change the world and change the empire of what music can all be like. And it's all because I chose to be different, and that's what costs. That's what costs, and that's what pays off as well. And I'm very gracious to be in such an awesome time of my life, because this is just the launching pad, and it's already has been so much fun. If you want to check out my music, you can check me out at myspace.com/RJ Temple. You can also check me out on Facebook. I'm on Twitter, and I'm also on YouTube, youtube.com/RJ Temple. Check out all my latest clips and performances I've done. And thank you so much, you know, you guys out there, for your support and continual support. I got a lot of stuff coming up into the next couple of years, and so stay locked. And thank you so much. God bless. And remember, talent comes naturally, but ability comes gradually. God bless.